Bays, Rakim, John, Renee, 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 Bays, Rakim, John, Renee.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to Podcast of Color, where four trash bags come together to make some sense of this world. On this episode, we'll have three trash bags. Our resident student, Renee, is off learning and being scholastic.
Good luck to her on her finals.
It's finals week. Good luck to anyone in finals, but especially to Renee. So my name is John. My pronouns are she and he. And let's see. Ye. I can't stress this enough. Ha.
Oh my god.
Good, and I can't stress this enough. Bye.
You're dumb, truly.
Who are y'all?
Of course, I'm the He-All Huntress. I'm tired of being creative about my name, so I'm just the He-All Huntress as usual, Bays. The Latif White. No, you know what? Actually, this week I'll be Bays the Stallion.
Bays the Stallion.
Okay.
Wait. Yeah. Okay, go ahead. Sorry.
No, go ahead. Go off.
I was going to say, did you hear that song between Meghan the Stallion and Bad Bobby?
No.
Wait, what?
They have a song together. It's called Bestie. I thought I sent.
I gotta look this up.
I sent
Okay, I kind of want to hear it.
Oh, you know what? I feel like you sent it, and then it wasn't like an actual link that I could listen to, and then
that's right.
Yeah, and in the moment I couldn't listen to it, so I had to.
It's
wait.
pretty good. I like it. I honestly am like, this is going to be us next week. But anyway,
I kind of want to hear it because after that one song she put out, I really did kind of was like, oh, wait a minute. And I kind of hate to say this too, but Iggy Azalea is kind of not doing that bad either. Like,
no, when she said "Little Sally Walker walking down the street," I was like, okay, bitch.
The one where it's like ass, ass, bag,
yeah.
But
that latest song, I don't like it.
The one with
the newest one,
the one about being poor now she's rich and
yeah.
Oh, I like that too. She looks phenomenal.
No, she looks amazing. I'm just like, she went and got her a whole new face, a whole new body, and she looks great. I'm living for it. She's wearing wigs now. But I'm also like, I was asking this on Twitter. I was like, is she gonna be at any Pride events this summer? Because she got all the drag queens in all her videos in this
right.
summer.
She's
she's really been trying to court us, and then to find out, people responded and were like, oh yeah, she's performing at Chicago Pride. So that explains it.
She knows that the gays with money are also racist, so they won't care about her accent.
Well,
So she was like, let me employ the LGBT. And so that's what happened.
Well, she tried to get the blacks, that didn't work, and then she tried to cross over to the whites, and they didn't want her either. So now it's the gays.
But now, and you know what? About those identities, those motherfuckers intersect. And guess what? She got beat. If she was at Pride, I'd go see her. I'm so mad. But whatever.
I'm not gonna act like I wouldn't either.
Like,
I hate to say it. I hate to see it.
Last trash bag, introduce yourself. I'm sorry, we just went on a rant.
Oh yeah, Rakim.
Oh, well, thanks. I was gonna tell them my name, but that's fine. I'm Rakim, and I drink 4 to 8 bottles of water a day.
Wow. Okay.
Oh, I love water. It's like the best tasting thing on earth.
Stay hydrated. We stand hydration.
Period.
And that's on period.
That's on period.
What is our question of color this episode?
Your mama. Happy Mother's Day.
Oh, excuse me.
Did you say woof?
Mother's Day will have been 2 days before when this finally comes out.
Happy belated Mother's Day to all the mothers.
And shout out to everyone who doesn't have good relationships with their mothers. We understand. And y'all matter too.
And my favorite tweet was, shout out to all the girlfriends raising their boyfriends. So happy Mother's Day.
Yeah, so the question of color this week is going to be, what is a fact that always surprises you when you think about it?
I literally just forgot mine the moment you said
I'll go.
It. Okay.
I'll go. So mine's is actually Chernobyl. My entire life, I thought Chernobyl was like a chemical. I didn't know it was a place.
Girl.
Yeah, that's fine. I didn't know.
Are you watching Chernobyl, by the way?
I'm watching it. That's why I was thinking about it. I was like,
girl.
bitch. I was watching it. I was like, wait, bitch, this was a place.
Oh my God, wait, isn't the second episode like out right now?
I didn't see it. It was just the first. I only watched the first episode.
I know it comes out on Mondays. I think it's gonna come out at some point today.
Then it must be on tonight. Ooh, well, I know what I'm watching.
I know what we're doing after this. If y'all have an episode that's a little bit later, and
if it come out at 1 p.m., 1 a.m. or 2 a.m., don't be mad.
Like,
yeah, that's mine. So what are y'all's? Yours.
John, do you want to go first?
Yeah. So I just learned this fact. I listened to this podcast called Topics Include, so shout out to y'all. The percentage of redheads in the world is the same percentage as amount of intersex people in the world.
Wait, say that again?
Okay, so in the world there is less than 2% of people that have red hair, and that's the same percentage of people that are intersex. So, like, imagine every time you see a redhead, like, there's probably someone who has the same, like, well, intersex too, it comes in a lot of many variations, but it's the same percentage. So less than 2% of the world is redhead, and less than about 1.7% is people are intersex. So I'm just like,
this is actually going to be relevant to a topic, one of our topics. So
you're right. Yeah. So stay tuned. But yeah, isn't that crazy? Because you don't know people's genitalia because you don't see that right away. But if you see someone's redhead, you can see that. It's just like interesting to me that now that I think about it, I think about all the redheads I've seen, and I don't know how many people I know that are intersex because I don't know. But I thought that fact was really interesting. So
that is really interesting.
Shout out to Topics Include if y'all want to find out some more about the community.
Yes.
Well, there's like two that just kind of always just like have me shook. The first is just the fact that like Coca-Cola used to actually have cocaine in it, like that.
Oh, I didn't know.
Wait,
I do remember that.
Yes.
I do remember that.
I thought that was a joke.
No. Ooh, that sent me. That was one just because I just think of like what would West Hollywood be like now if that was still a thing, but that's neither here nor there. And then the second one is that the strongest muscle in your body is actually your tongue, which is like
really? I did thought my ass was the strongest thing in my body.
Yeah, I mean my walls.
Oh, I wasn't actually talking about your
remember
whole, like, I thought,
those
like, your
walls
cheeks.
we built.
Maybe
they tumbling.
Isn't that why like black people like are like tend to be faster runners because we tend to have like bigger butts and that supports your spine or some shit? I don't know. Don't quote me on none of this.
That got a little Olympics. What was that?
The what?
I forgot what year that was, but when they were like, okay, this is gonna get really ugly. But when Hitler said that, like,
okay,
when the runner was like, oh, because he's black, he's like faster. I forgot which
eugenics.
No,
like what are you like? What?
Not eugenics.
That's what I thought you was going. I was like, going eugenics. I guess. Like, I was
You're
like, ooh.
dumb. You're dumb.
Yikes.
Just
I forgot what his
foolish.
rationale was, but he basically said like it was unfair for black people to participate because they're like natural athletes, and I was like,
Oh God, this intro is just very topical.
yeah.
Didn't that like just happen? Like,
Well, we'll get.
literally-
Stay tuned. We'll get into that.
We'll get into that.
Stay tuned.
Okay.
And so I guess that's a good moment to segue into our minutes, right?
Well, yeah. I was gonna be like, wait, Rakeem didn't go, but he did. He literally just went. Yes.
I
What?
gave y'all two facts actually for that ass. What do you think Renee would say? What do you think Renee's random fact would be?
I can't even, honestly, I don't know. Renee know. So the thing about Renee is he says IDK a lot, but he be knowing. So he knows.
He does DK.
He knows like a lot of shit. So I don't know. I feel
IDK.
like, I don't know.
I do know.
I don't know. He's very well read. He knows a lot of things.
But I feel like the
I don't
fact
know.
would really not be about that at all, though. I feel like it would literally be about like Giardia or like something about.
Oh
and
my god.
No, it literally would be about that or something about like the longest like orgy in history or something. I feel like it would be nothing to do with book knowledge or whatever. But
I could see that. I could believe that.
God, now I
don't
want to
know.
Google what the largest orgy was.
oh,
Anyway.
okay. So no, remember how you cut me off
One-
last week? Nope. And
See you in the minutes of color.
What's up, and welcome back to the Minutes of Color.
what if I don't want to be welcome back?
Okay, well, guess what, bitch? You here.
Okay.
So now what? And what about it?
And what about
I can't even. See, sometimes I wish this was like a video podcast because when I'm doing my little gestures, I want to be seen.
Describe it to us. What gestures are you making?
You know when like the hood girl like has like her palms closed and like they're like outwards, and her arms are folded, almost like she's carrying a purse, right? Like she's carrying a purse, but right in that crease on the inside of her elbow, she has her hand just up. You get what I mean?
Got it. Yes. I'm actually
Yes.
doing the
But
gesture
she's
right
doing it.
now.
But she's doing with both hands. And she got her fist closed like she ready to post up.
Okay.
But when I come around, you don't ever want to post up.
post up? But I will post up.
Mm.
No one's
So
scared of you.
anyway,
Bella Noches.
are you sure? Are you sure?
Are you sure?
Okay, bitch, I'm from Inglewood, so what about it?
And what about it? Actually, I'm not about to say where I'm from on the podcast, but
Exactly.
what about it?
Exactly. Don't say that.
So
Don't
what's
embarrass
going
yourself,
on in the world, though? is what I-
Embarrassed.
What's going on in the world, girl? Everything's going on in the world. So
These
many things
hands
are going on in the world.
They
bitch.
rated B for
Anyway.
bays.
Okay, well, guess what, bitch? I'm gonna be in LA soon, so we can see about that.
And we'll see about it. And what about it?
So anyway, let's start with some good news because we got a lot of trash going on in this week's news cycle. Congrats to Meghan Markle and Prince Harry. They had their little baby or whatever.
Why did I think you was going to say Megan the Stallion and Prince Harry?
Megan THEE Markle. Harry.
Meghan THEE Markle.
So stupid.
Congratulations to the two of them. They had a little boy,
Archie.
who they decided to name Archie. How do we feel about this?
Archie is like a redheaded name to me, so that fits.
Like the comic, right?
But
Like Archie.
But it's because of comics, I feel like. I mean, maybe he's going to be a redhead, so it'll be interesting to see.
Yeah.
Maybe he's a redhead intersex person.
Look at you. Self-referencing. There we go.
Full circle. Yeah.
Found the
You
word.
got it. eventually.
Ooh,
But yeah,
chillax.
so it was really cute watching the video. Prince Harry seems very excited about it.
She didn't.
I
She
mean,
wanted
as
to
you
sit
should.
down. She was.
Huh?
Oh, you
Look,
said
she puffy. She you could tell she looked like she wanted to be anywhere else.
She said,
She was in them high ass heels.
like let's go. I don't want to be here. I want to be with my baby.
Talk like that, bitch. Bye, baby.
My baby.
That's how Meghan Markle talks, bitch. That's how Meghan THEE Markle talks.
Yeah. Are you?
I'm gonna call her Meghan THEE Duchess instead. Meghan THEE Duchess.
Ooh, Fergie, sweetie. How do you want her to talk?
I don't know, like the American that she is. She grew up in L.A.
What?
You could be from LA and be
Yes.
British. What are you talking about? That's so rude.
My baby.
My bub.
But you said my baby. I was
My
just like,
baby.
that's- okay. Anyway,
But you could be from Los Angeles and be British. What are you talking about?
Wait, so is like Bad Bobby just a British person saying bad baby?
No.
This bitch ain't even dying of hunger. What the fuck am
So annoying.
Our whole podcast is us talking in memes at this
that song. I didn't even know about that song and literally until it became a meme, and it cracks me up every time I see it, no matter what it's used for. Like there's one somebody took it from the Pokemon game, and when you have Jinx and she's like your main Pokemon in the Pokemon game, she's outside of the Pokeball, so she like follows you. So like the main character's like running and Jinx is running after him. It's like dun, 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 and it kind of looks like Nicki Minaj. And then there's the one with like somebody they're holding up like Mary, like a figure of Mary, and the crowd is like running with the statue on their back.
Oh, yes.
All these videos take
Wait,
me out.
speaking of Pokemon, has anyone seen Detective
Um,
Pikachu yet?
Not yet.
I know a couple people who've seen it.
What
Have
are the
you, John?
reviews?
And they all loved it.
Okay, I have not seen it, and I want.
Ooh,
to
let's go
it.
see it. Let's go see it.
Let's go see it. Okay,
Okay.
Or y'all could wait for me to get out there so we can all see it.
that's a whole week.
Or me
Just-
and John could go see it and then act like we didn't go see it, and then we can tell you that we're gonna go see it when you get here.
Bitch, I'm gonna come off that plane like
We're gonna be in LAX, and you'll know it's us because
Beat y'all asses.
we'll have a sign. You know how they have a sign that says like like English or like whatever language you speak. Ours will be blank, and we'll just be jumping up and down and just be like, come on.
Oh my god, that would be so funny.
Oh, that's what we're doing at LAX. Because the last time, didn't we just yell like "hi nigger" across LAX?
I don't remember. I remember I almost fought this white woman when I was picking Mark up from the airport one time.
Man,
She was cussing at me in front of her child. I just was like, oh. I was just laughing at her. I was literally just dead laughing at her.
was
I
this
like,
the
yes,
same time you
that's
saw
right.
Miss Tina?
No, that was at SFO in San Francisco.
What
We
is
were on
that?
the same flight though.
Ooh.
That's San Francisco airport.
Wait, San
All right.
Francisco Airport, but it's FSO.
SFO.
But what's the O stand for?
I don't know. What does the X stand for in LAX?
International.
Angela. Wait.
Who
Wait a
knows what
minute.
any of these
Wait,
airports, I don't
wait,
know. I think they all have
John.
their codes or something.
You said what does the A stand for in LAX?
I said, what does the X
No, he said
stand
X.
for in LAX?
Oh, I thought you said what does the A stand for, and then John said international, and I was just
No.
like, wait a minute.
No, I thought X was internet. Anyways, what else is going on
It
in the
doesn't
world?
matter. The point is, girl, we
The
lingering,
point is,
okay?
Meghan the Markle had a baby.
Meghan THEE Duchess. Put some respect on her name.
What is
okay?
Prince
First of
Harry's nickname?
all.
Ed Sheeran.
Well,
Prince Harry.
Well, his actual name is Henry. Prince Harry got a long ass name. I'm not looking it up. But
Prince
he got a
Henry
long-ass name.
Sheeran.
But not
Oh,
Henry.
no. Never mind.
Please choke. But yes, so the baby's full name is Archie Harrison Mountbatten Windsor, which is actually pretty short.
Mountbatten?
Yeah, that's his grandfather's name. So,
Oh.
he was in his feelings about being married to a queen and being like not the king. So they had to give their children his like hyphenated name. To
And
make him feel like a man
already
or whatever.
people being racist. Someone on BBC got fired for calling the baby like a gorilla or an ape or something like that.
No.
And already.
Wow.
This baby not even just ain't but a quarter black. It's a quadroon, and they already calling him a monkey.
A quadroon?
Yeah, that's what they used to call him.
What? What is that when you were fourth black?
Girl, we talked about this. I keep giving y'all these history lessons and you're not retaining them.
Who are you clapping your hands
Okay.
at? First of all,
So,
Redo
Megan-
I want to
Meg-
record the intro and then add this fact that I did not know. A quadroon.
So back in the day, mixed
quadroon.
race people were considered a mulatto, right?
that we
So
know.
Megan would have been a mulatto. So when a mulatto has a baby with a white man, or a white woman, whatever, then that child is
Todrick Hall.
Is a quadroon.
Sorry.
Todrick Hall wishes.
Sorry.
He wishes. Then that's the baby's a quadroon, and if a quadroon has a baby with a white person, then that baby is an octoroon because they're 1/8. There you go.
So John is like, in order for me to purchase their album, they need to be an octoroon. God. I'm kidding.
Okay, bye.
Anyway, moving forward. Mess or good news? Mess. Let's couch it. Let's make a sandwich. This Loqueesha movie. Have you heard about it?
Ooh.
No.
So Loqueesha, that's the name of the movie. Is a movie about
No, keep going. It just said I can't.
Oh wait, John, have you heard about it?
I'm Googling it now. Loqueesha
So-
movie trailer. I got it.
Yeah. So it's about a white man who basically channels a black woman. It channels his inner black woman.
No!
Yes.
What?
Yes. So he does a radio talk show, and he does it as with his persona is as a black woman.
No.
Yeah.
Who is starring this?
The director's Jeremy Seville, I don't know. And
Oh my god.
he's also the star of the movie.
Honey, You got a big storm coming.
It's here.
I can't wait.
It's already
Winter
here.
is here. Like,
It's here.
Ooh, man.
The fact that a movie like this would have even gotten greenlit when we can't even get like a dark skinned storm movie.
Just like, I just think of the amount of people that like are starving and like living out of their cars to like get their movie made, and it's probably like a great piece of work that they've been working on for years, and then you have this.
And then he tried to use Marlon Wayans. He like posted this picture of himself with Marlon Wayans. He tweeted, "With Marlon Wayans, Loqueesha meet white chicks. Have a great weekend, everybody. Thanks for all you do. Keep laughing and loving." So then he decided to point to his black best friend.
Wait, his best friend is Marlon Wayans?
No, but I'm just saying, like, he just pointed out, like, here's me and my black friend.
Did Marlon
and
say
who
anything?
also did a movie? He tweeted, "Why I hate when people tag me in they bullshit." But he didn't like actually respond to this specific tweet.
Whew, man, this is a mess.
Yeah,
It's just like sometimes, you know, this is a fact that
it's being classified as a comedy and horror film.
Oh, is it a horror movie? I didn't know about that.
Well, that's
T
actually, because like I saw the trailer and it's horrible. So
it sounds like something Jordan Peele would have written. To be honest with you,
Jordan Peele, sweetie, I am so sorry. Not this.
No, as a commentary on racism in society. I don't mean like literally this movie.
Oh, I mean, Get Out is essentially what Loqueesha wants to be. Like,
yeah. So, it's interesting.
Oh my God.
I think this is actually shocking to me because I know we still doing racism in Hollywood. I know it's not going away, but this specific form of it, I thought we was a little bit past this.
Right.
I thought everybody like knew that something like this would not be a good idea.
That's crazy to me how a film like this, there's so many good movies out there. Someone is going to fund this movie? Like
this feels like the 90s. Like I just can't. I'm actually, maybe I'm naive. I'm a little bit surprised that this is actually coming out.
I just like what you know, just like when you say something so much you just don't know what to say anymore. I just want to know the black people that were involved in this, why? Like y'all agreed to be on camera for a film named Loqueesha, written by a white man about how he thinks he has an... Like, why?
Money?
I cannot tell you.
Like, I want to know why you're part of this movie. Quickly. Like,
Yeah. Moving on to more bullshit. Caster Semenya, who is a runner. I don't know if that's not the actual term for
I think it might be.
Is it a runner?
Olympic.
Yeah, 2-time Olympic runner.
Yeah.
Okay. I don't know why it just felt like it was too simple. I was like, there got to be a more complicated name for this. So she is under fire from the Olympics because they feel that her testosterone levels are too high. So she's intersex, or at least she's been reported to be intersex. She hasn't actually talked about it publicly. But she allegedly produces more testosterone than the majority, I guess, of women, cis women, whatever that means. And they ruled that the Court of Arbitration for Sport ruled that if Semenya wanted to continue to compete, she would be required to take medication to lower it. Now, the other day I saw some like ugly side effects, and I don't remember the specifics of them, so I'm not going to name them here, of this medication and what it could potentially do to her to take it. But that's really fucking ugly. It's also interesting because there's a Washington Post story by Monica Hesse, Hesse, about the difference between the way she's treated and the way that Michael Phelps was treated. Michael Phelps was an Olympic swimmer. He's retired, right? He produced like half the lactic acid of the typical athlete. And if you don't know, lactic acid is what makes you tired and fatigued when you like are working out. He also
Right.
had like double jointed ankles, which gave his kick like greater range when he's like kicking off of the edge of the pool. And he had like I felt like he had like a wider torso or something like that. But the point of it is that he was basically like an anomaly, a genetic anomaly, and he was praised for it. Yeah, exactly. He was just considered like this, like, oh my, like this superhuman. You know what I mean? And then you have this woman being punished for her genetic differences. And you can't divorce it from the fact that, you know, Michael Phelps is a white man and Caster Semenya is a black woman.
And she's dark skinned, right?
Yeah, and the way that people like to masculinize black women, and it just, to me, it just doesn't like I don't know. I'm just not really understanding why. I get it, but I don't get it. Like, I get what they're trying to get at, but to me, it just doesn't. If you're not willing to do this across the board, and granted, this is in South Africa, this is not in America, but like, but I feel like she's been facing issues her entire career, and I wouldn't be surprised if one of those instances wasn't here as well. And I wouldn't be surprised if there aren't people in America dealing with this right now. Excuse me.
It's like, but also she's a runner. Like, the way you produce testosterone, like if you start off your workouts with like a heavy leg routine, your body's going to produce a lot more testosterone. And she does this all the time. Like, being a runner, you're going to produce testosterone levels.
Yeah. And it's just like ugly too, because she had to go through a sex verification test back in 2009.
Ew.
Fuck.
So
that.
It just reminds me of like the way that like Serena Williams is treated, and like how she's constantly drug tested more than any other athlete. The way that people like try to constantly undercut her talent by pointing to her genetic like gifts, basically calling her a man, saying that she's just too masculine to really compete with these other women. And it's just yet another case of black women being undercut.
I don't really have much to add. I'm just kind of over this. I mean, it's just, you know, like, it's frustrating. And you're right. It's exactly what they do with Serena Williams. And I just go back to Maria Sharapova and like how she was complaining about Serena, and then she was over there using drugs her damn self and still lost. And, you know.
Yeah. But yeah, so some good news, since we can move from that. A black woman thriving. Let's talk about Miss Robin Fenty, who has now joined LVMH, Moet Hennessy Louis Vuitton, the world's largest luxury group. Fenty has joined them, and it's the first house headlined by a woman of color, or the LVMH house, excuse me, and the first fashion house to join them since Christian Lacroix in 1987. So, I mean, yeah, she's joining such brands as Dior, Givenchy, Celine, Fendi. And it's just amazing to see that, like, she's doing this, and she's kind of doing like low key what like Kanye could not, and it's kind of interesting.
Dang.
To see.
And
you're right.
And yeah.
Wait, so Rihanna's gonna have Fenty as a makeup brand and a fashion line?
Mm-hmm. I mean, but a lot of Marc Jacobs does that. Like, a lot of brands have makeup lines and bag lines and.
Oh yeah,
lines.
I'm just wanted to. Wow, that's crazy.
Yeah.
So is it going to be on the same level? Because this confuses me too. Like, is it going to be on the same level as those? Like, it's going to be like Tom Ford, Mark. I don't even know if Tom Ford's even. Like, what does that mean?
So if you guys want to check out this article by Vanessa Friedman, it's called Rihanna Breaking New Ground Joins with LVMH for Fashion Brand. It kind of talks about that in the sense that, like, this is a new thing because it's kind of the first time we're seeing a new house that was embraced by the internet now being embraced by the traditional fashion houses. We didn't see a lot of that. A lot of the newer fashion, like, you know, is kind of relegated to streetwear. And that's kind of what Fenty was for a minute, right? Like, it was streetwear. But now I feel like maybe this new relationship is going to bring it to a greater height and maybe give it that little bit of pizzazz that, like, you know, like I said, Dior or a Givenchy might have. Yeah.
That's amazing. Rihanna is just, like, what can
Like,
she do?
The fact that she did that, like, this is huge. Like, people, if this, like, this isn't everyday news. Like, this doesn't happen all the time.
This is not some homemade. This is in different areas. Like, like, this is some congrats.
What is that?
This
What
is
is
really
that?
so
What's that
professional. Oh, it's this video. I post it on my story all the time. I use it as a reaction video. But
It's from Love and Hip Hop. There's a storyline where someone makes a sex tape.
you know the background. Okay.
Oh yeah, well, this girl named Mimi Foss, like, she's with Stevie J, or no, not Stevie J. It's like Mimi and Nico, I think their name is. They make like a sex tape, but and it's like a professional sex tape, and Mimi has like a daughter, so the friend is like, why would they make this? And she has a daughter, like, she's like, somebody better talk to her before I do. I'm gonna hurt her feelings. And then she goes, no, and then she shows her the tape, and then she's like, what the this ain't some homemade shit. This is in different areas, like, and that's the backstory.
Oh, I never knew the backstory to that.
Now you do.
Ooh,
And if you don't know,
now
you know.
You know. Yeah, I mean, everything from, she has this Greek key design next to Fenty. If you go on the website, you can see the logo. The way that the N is backwards. I'm here for it.
Take me
and I'm actually,
to Fenty.
This actually makes me feel more comfortable with, like, not more comfortable, but like I'm feeling even more patient in terms of like her bringing out new music, because I'm like, this woman is building an empire right now.
Why did I think you were going to say capital? I thought you were going to say, this is making me really...
Oh, this is definitely capitalism at its finest, but...
I thought you were going to say, this is making me, slowly making me okay with capitalism.
No, I mean, you know what? We live in this capitalistic society, and, you know, we should see things outside of that capitalistic lens, but... You know, I gotta stay on from time to time. You know, this is all I know.
If you're gonna support capitalism, might as well support a black
Rihanna.
woman.
Might as well support a black one. No,
Yeah.
I'm just playing. Capitalism with any face is not necessarily a good thing, but you know, whether it's a black face, a woman, a trans person, or a queer. Wait.
Or oh,
whatever. You know,
Next
I was just
question.
Next question.
See ya. Bad thing, good thing. The Met. The Met happened, I think, like the day after we recorded, or that day.
It happened the same day, I think.
Yeah.
It happened the same day.
Yeah.
My favorite look of the night was James Charles.
So the theme was camp, and camp can be interpreted in a lot of ways. And queers have been doing camp for the longest.
Mm-hmm.
And apparently,
and then there's James Charles.
James Charles, yeah.
I will say that I disagree. So there was an article. I need to go back and reread the article, but I disagree with. I think that camp. I think camp has various meanings, and it's one of those things that I don't necessarily believe belongs to like black queer people.
Wait, are you seriously saying James Charles was your favorite of the night?
No.
Oh,
that was a
I
joke.
was
What
like-
I'm talking about now is like there was a lot of conversation around who owned camp and where it came from.
Okay. No.
And I would disagree because I think that there's so many. I think camp has so many like. It's so hard to pinpoint too, right? Like there's so many ways of doing it that I wouldn't necessarily make it a specific thing to like our community, to Black queer community, you know. I just saw that floating around a lot, so I was just like, I don't know. I think that it could be a lot of different things.
Are you talking about Lena Waithe's misspelled jacket?
I also saw that, and I was just like, she's gay, so I was like, if anyone else had been wearing that, I would have felt like they were pandering. But I was just like, okay.
I love it. I just find stuff like that kind of corny, but I love it.
I did find it a little, the teensy-weensy-est bit corny. I do love Lena Waithe, though. But yeah, I did find it a little...
It's like when people...
It was a little... and beer cheese makes me feel bold.
So...
You know?
I'm just reading off the internet.
Go ahead, John.
But camp is an aesthetic style and sensibility that regards to something as appealing because it's often seen as in bad taste or has ironic value. Which, yeah, I got it. So, like, ugly pretty. Or,
Well, I mean, I think we know what camp is like, but who do we think did the best? Other than Billy Porter, because Billy Porter's in a whole other, like, there's Billy Porter and then there's everyone else.
I mean, it's hard to say. I have a top 5 I can add, but I
saw
really
what you did there with that pause.
I have
a top
5.
I mean, at first I wasn't really feeling Zendaya's look. I was like, oh, this is like very like it's too much. Like you know what I mean? Like it felt corny.
But that's camp.
But then, but then it just felt like really like it wasn't until I saw the full effect. So when her stylist fairy godfather
person.
like waved the wand and like then the dress lit up and then it also like got bigger. Then I was like, oh bitch, now this is camp and I stand. And then when she left the shoe, like the drama, like the hand gestures, I was here. I was in it.
My shoe, I left it. I'm so.
Ezra Miller really killed it for me. The eye makeup, all those eyes, really like that was everything. I was, of course, Janelle Monáe. I was fully into Janelle Monáe's look.
It was perfect.
I wasn't a big fan of Lupita's look so much.
What?
I wasn't.
I loved it. She looked like a sexy black highlighter. I loved it.
It was I don't know. I mean, I guess I could see it being camp. I wouldn't say that it wasn't camp. I didn't personally enjoy the look.
Did you like Cardi's?
Not for that event. I think Cardi's dress would have looked better for last year's event.
It wasn't. It wasn't camp.
Last year was like religious. It looked very like Catholic, like I don't know, like icon.
You know
like,
why?
It looked very Catholic like.
It's because it was in a dark red. If it was like in like a bright color, I think it would have been like if it was like yellow or like a big like hot pink, like Casey Musgrave's hot pink color. It would have been camp.
Did you see the video? Casey Musgraves arrived in a pink car and like had like the big blonde hair, and people were shouting at her on the street, "Who are you? Are you Paris Hilton?"
Oh my god! She's Barbie.
It took me out. Well, who knows? Like people don't know that. If you're just walking down the street, you see some woman, like a celebrity, in a pink car sitting on the back of a car.
I think it's Black China.
Hair. You would think it was Black China. Okay. I don't think the average white person is thinking about Black China.
How you know? I'm kidding.
I don't.
You right. But you can't say that. That's racist.
But the thing is, I don't think... So, I'm like... looking at Zendaya this year, I kind of went back to last year. Like, that chainmail dress, I'm still not over that.
Zendaya wore that last year?
Yeah, she wore she had like the page boy haircut with the chainmail dress. A
chainmail? You thinking about a tuna melt sandwich? You hungry?
I said melt. I did say melt. No, I meant chainmail.
'Cause I'm hungry.
Dress with the train. It was beautiful. In fact, I honestly liked her. I think she was the best dress of last year. But we're not talking about last year. We're talking about this year.
What do you guys think about the Kardashian sisters camp?
I thought it was cute.
I liked it. I liked them as like a duo, but I hated that I liked it.
I didn't hate that I liked it. I thought they looked good. I won't take that away from them, but I didn't feel. It didn't feel. It was one of those things where they looked nice, but I don't feel like it really didn't feel like the theme. I mean, Kendall looked more on theme than Kylie. But I was kind of just like, yeah.
Have you seen that meme when someone compared Kim Kardashian's dress to a butthole? Because, like it's a bunch of ridges coming from the center.
No, I haven't seen that.
You haven't seen it?
Maybe I have. Maybe someone. Wait, maybe you sent that to me.
I think
actually. Maybe I have seen it. I actually liked her dress.
I didn't think it was camp, and then someone compared it to a butthole, and I was like, "Oh, that's camp."
Oh, now that's
we
camp.
have to scream. Kim's dress to me, is that where? Wait, she was in a corset, right, or something?
Yeah,
no,
or maybe not.
She wasn't.
I mean, her hips are ridiculous.
That's what has everybody gagging, is because during the after party, she wore a very similar silhouette dress, and like it was cut in the middle, so there was no corset or anything. She's just like some doctor did a really good job on her.
I wasn't concerned as much as or not gagged as much as I was concerned. Like, you know how Beyonce was like that Coachella diet she was on, where she was like, I'm not eating bread, carbs, fish, meat, sugar, alcohol, anything, like that's what you got to do to like. It's not worth it for what?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. Who else? Of course Janelle Monáe. Like that look was amazing. She kind of was giving me like Rose from the Titanic. You know when she gets out of the car and she steps up to the Titanic, the hat with the hat. Like it just was giving me like that, but like extra with like the winking eye. The fact that it winked too. Everything.
Yeah.
John, I hate this picture. Did you send it?
It looks like a butthole. It looks like a butthole.
She went as Armin Rizzo. I really cannot.
Is it that tight? Sorry, let me stop. I said I wasn't.
You guys, leave him alone.
I said I wasn't going to do
I
that
said
no more,
nothing. That was Baze being shady.
She's literally like, she looks like she's covered in like gun oil or something.
I mean, she looks amazing. I'm not going to take that away from her. I wasn't here for it for the thing. It was very much like what we've kind of seen a lot from her anyway.
Ooh, this picture, I can't. Okay, I need to make that like the cover of the preview or something because
please do not do that. You can post it in the story if you must. Yeah. So I don't know who. Like, did you guys have like a top 3, top 5 that you were really into?
Did you like Tessa Thompson? That's what I was gonna ask you.
And it's fine.
And also, did you hear about the thing with her and like Lupita and
I did,
Janelle
and I didn't.
and Brie Larson? What is that?
I didn't want to talk about it because they didn't confirm it.
Oop. And
but I mean, we can also like us. Also, we just are gossiping, and it doesn't matter. It's not like I mean, I don't think she would sue us
allegedly.
But I mean, I would be here for Janelle Monáe, Lupita Nyong'o, like the queer power couple we deserve, or we don't really deserve them, but the one we need.
That's true. I would like to see it. You know,
and what's Brie Larson? What is Brie Larson's part in this?
Oh, I don't know. I heard she was involved in this too. I don't really know what.
What is this, like a quadruple son?
I think
like
people just wanted to be lesbian because of her being Captain Marvel, right?
Maybe. I don't know. But if it's 4 of them, is that a box? Do you get it?
Okay.
So anyway,
so who's the worst dressed?
Worst dressed? Carly Kloss.
Carly Kloss.
She didn't even try.
Carly Kloss. Let's see. Carly Kloss.
She didn't even attempt. She was just like, y'all gonna get what you get.
I am really disappointed in Aquafina and like Constance.
Oh, yikes.
Wu.
Ooh, what about Aquaria?
Oh,
that was disappointing.
Oh, no, not Aquaria. Who was the one? Oh, Violet Chachki was great with the hand.
Yes, that was beautiful. But Aquaria was very disappointing. I was like, sis, you a whole drag queen. You should have us down. and you from New York.
You're a whole drag queen.
And you from New York?
Wait, can we talk about how good Celine Dion looked though? I liked her.
Oh, Celine was serving.
I'm like, you are really retiring this year, huh? She was like,
oh, I know who looked bad.
Out.
Lena Dunham.
Oh, but that's a given. You know what? I would rather show me a picture of Lena Dunham looking good. Find that. Now that would be rare.
I don't really like. Did you guys like Lizzo's and Lady Gaga's?
I loved Lizzo's. Lady Gaga was kind of. No. I was with it until she got to the underwear. I think once you get to the underwear, it's a little bit too much.
It was. You know what? I also realized too. Have you guys looked at the pictures of it this year and how the carpet was like dirty the whole time? Have y'all noticed that?
Oh no, I didn't notice that at all.
Like normally I didn't notice it, but I kept looking on these pictures. Like if you just search like Met Gala pictures or like Met Gala
shade of pink, you know?
Yeah, and you can see like all of the things from everyone's dresses and all of the marks and stuff like that. I know like it doesn't matter, Kim, there were people dying, but it really bothered me during the live stream. I kept tweeting like, is someone gonna vacuum the carpet or
they don't have time, all those celebrities.
Oh
yeah, then I was like, okay.
So
did you see that? What's that black drag queen that came for RuPaul and got them together on the show?
The Vixen?
The Vixen was coming for him on Twitter, and it was cracking me up.
I just saw her tweet, like, I have to laugh.
I was dead. But I was like, yeah, like, that's all?
What did she say?
Yeah.
Oh, that was it. She was like that. She was like, that's what she said, what Rakim just said.
Oh. Also, I just saw... Go ahead.
Go ahead.
Katy Perry.
Oh, Katy Perry. I was gonna say, speaking of RuPaul, did you guys see that? What?
I thought I was gonna ask about the dress. You said okay. So anyway,
Okay, she was a cheeseburger, and then she was like Lumiere for a minute.
You know what? Maybe on anybody else I would have liked it, but because it's Katy Perry, I was just like, ugh.
I kind of liked it. I thought it was cute. But
You liked her burger?
No, I liked both of them. I thought they were unique. I mean, they were annoying, but
they were definitely camp.
They were
It
camp.
was camp, yeah.
I just
don't care about her.
I don't like her with blonde hair. I just don't think it looks good on her. But whatever. Anyway, John, keep going.
She should go back to dark hair. I think it would look good.
I agree.
It does look much better. But go ahead, John.
No, I was just gonna say about RuPaul. Someone had interviewed him about his thoughts on Pose, and he.
Oh no!
I know. Are you ready?
Here we go.
What did he say?
He said he's only watched one episode because he doesn't have like the time for it, and I'm just like, this is like our culture, you know? Why are you not? I mean,
because it's not his culture. He doesn't care about anything that's not about him getting that white money and that white attention.
Ah, shit!
I keep telling you.
Here we go again.
Don't expect anything from this man.
Oh man! Oh wait, can I just do a recap really quick? Did you guys see the most? Well, Rakeem, did you see?
If it's about RuPaul's Drag Race, you already know.
I have not watched it.
I redirected it to Rakeem. Okay.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
I think a lot of people are really disappointed. Well, I can talk about it, right?
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, go for it.
No, John, this is a no spoiler zone. You idiot!
So I didn't watch the episode until yesterday, and I've seen a lot of people just like recording themselves or reactions being really disappointed, and I was like, "What is it? What's happening?" And so the main challenge was like to bring back a God, why can't I think of the word? What do you call it when someone got sent home? To bring back the eliminated queen. Yes, I'm so dumb. No, so they had to bring back the eliminated queens, and then the remaining queens had to make it look like they were part of the same house, or they're related, like in their same drag aesthetic. And so Nina West, who is one of the older drag queens, is known for her activism. And to make her, she brought back, she was partnered with Sugarcane. And so Nina West was dressed in the theme of a rainbow flag, and she dressed Sugarcane up in the colors of the trans flag. And like, I thought it wasn't like high fashion, but I thought the message was great. And she actually, and this is not a good look for her, RuPaul ended up sending her home that same episode. She was like, this is a great message, but it's not like runway or whatever. And I'm just like, come on, man, this is not a good look for you, RuPaul. Sending her, she's like, the message is amazing, and previously RuPaul has not had a good track record with the trans community. And so to send, like, you're literally disqualifying the girl who like is trying to bring forth this message is like really disappointing. And I think so it was Nina West had to lip sync against Silky, and she kept Silky, obviously, and I'm just like, fuck, dude. I think a lot of the community was disappointed, and I think rightfully so. That it's just showing that RuPaul doesn't really care about the community, and it's really disappointing to see. But yeah, that's the most recent episode. And I think Brooklyn won this most recent one. Yeah, Brooklyn did.
Everyone's just like, RuPaul, did you send that girl home? And RuPaul's like, I sure did, and I don't give a fuck.
I mean, this season is like really messy, but whatever.
Wow. Wait, who do you think is gonna win? Like, who are the queens even on the thing? Like, so in the season, who's left?
Who's left is Brooklyn, Vanjie.
Really?
Akira, I know. Akira, Evie Oddly. God, I can't keep track right now. Evie Oddly. Fuck. Well, those are the ones I can remember on the top of my head right now. But yeah, it doesn't look like a very great, exciting top 5 right now. So
I mean, I know Miss Vanjie, so yay.
But all of Pose is on Netflix, so that's great. I like to watch.
Yeah, everyone's been watching that. Everyone's been like all of my timeline, all of my Instagram stories I've been watching. Everyone's been binging it.
Yeah, because season 2 is about to come out, and so people are catching up. But also, like, it's great that Netflix picked it up because like it's more accessible, I think. So more people can watch Netflix because I don't think anyone subscribes to FX. Like slowly, just subscribing to FX, you know.
Yeah. I don't really see that happening. Also, people are a lot less likely to watch things when they're not just easily available. And most people don't have cable anymore.
Yeah, no, that's deep.
So it's really good that they put it on Netflix. Yeah, so are we good here? Did we cover everything?
Basically said let's
Basically, are we good here?
Let's wrap it up.
I mean, and do we have any last thoughts about the Met? I mean, I will say really quickly, I am not a big like, oh, it's not even on theme. Like, if you look good, I thought Constance Wu looked good. Did she look camp? No, but she at least put in effort and she looked good, and I was here for it.
No, I think whoever styled her, like her proportions are all wrong. I think.
Really? I thought she was giving.
Sorry, go ahead.
Okay. No, I thought she was giving you like 1920s, 1930s vamp. Like her hair was good, her makeup was good, her waist was cinched. Like I didn't have a problem with it. It just looked like very 30s glamour. Am I mixing up looks?
No, you're right because I'm looking at it. It doesn't. I was thinking the opposite. Her waist isn't cinched enough.
Oh, let me look at that again because
she looked okay, but it just like. I don't know. I think the cast of Crazy Rich Asians wasn't like because Gemma Chan was there too.
Yeah, Gemma Chan was like not.
And it was like
I like the headdress, but that was it.
Like, girl, that's not camp. That's just like.
Yeah, see, I like this. I think this actually is in theme. Like she doesn't have like an itty bitty waist, but like for the dress is like fitting her waist, and I think she looks amazing. I like it.
Someone was like, they were like, oh, you look like anime Wong, or what's her name? Am I saying is it
anime Wong? Yeah,
anime Wong, and she didn't realize that. She was like, "Oh yeah, I guess," but
she doesn't really look like anime Wong. But I mean, they're both Chinese, I guess. So.
Wow!
Wait, did you just say Henry Golding suit? Because
I'm just saying that's the only connection between the two of them. I don't really see a resemblance otherwise. Henry Golding, he was in.
Henry Golding, yeah, that's the name of the guy that was in Crazy Rich Asians,
he's
right?
Fine.
That's what, that's all I meant to say. It was just wow.
He looks like, remember those like in elementary school you'd collect pencils because they have like different reflective materials.
I'm dead. He looks like a holographic Pokemon card. Actually,
but you know what? I'll take it. He did something. I know the bar is low for men, but he did something.
He looks like those pillows that you find when you like. You know, when you rub your hand on one side, they like.
I think that's the material that it is. I'm looking at a close-up picture, and I think that's what he
looks. He looks like a mood ring, like he's in the middle.
Yeah, I like it though.
There's actually a bar here in Brooklyn called Mood Ring. Sorry, just thought about that. I like it. I do like it. I think he could have went more out there, but you know, I feel like we're at this point now where we're just now starting to see men switch it up on the red carpet.
What did you think of Harry Styles?
Girl. It's like people just think like, oh, if I just fem it up, then that's enough. Like, no, it was so ill-fitting. It looked like he was going to a fitting. It didn't look like his real, like, that was his final look. It was not there for me.
I agree.
Who else? Oh, yes. Let's talk about the other girl. What's her name? The other girl that's always got a black scent on.
Oh, Awkwafina?
Awkwafina looks
looked like a mess.
Hot mess. Like when you put something in the microwave and you accidentally leave it in there for too long.
That's
what she looked like.
You know those like Pinterest parties where they're like DIY decorations and you like hang these things like these paper balls that you fold in. She looks like that. She looks like a really bad centerpiece.
She does. She looks like she belongs at the top of a Christmas tree. Like these boots with this dress, girl.
Yeah, and she for sure is not like proportioned at all.
And it's like, I know she got a neck. Where's the neck? It's hidden behind all these ruffles.
It sucks because from the waist up, I think it's a good look. But
No. See, I think somebody like
Somebody's
Beyonce
trying to sabotage
or like
her.
even Rihanna, maybe even Zendaya could have pulled this look off with like different shoes. But it doesn't flatter her at all. It just doesn't flatter. There's like, it's just like, ooh, this is just garish. It doesn't even look like, ooh, I'm sorry. This gives me a headache just looking at her. I have to change the page.
I have to click. I have to stop.
I really can't. It's actually atrocious, and I'm really embarrassed for her that her stylist or whoever, like, there's this whole team behind all of these looks.
This looks like something they wear on Big Little Lies.
No, it doesn't.
I know. I just wanted to say that I finished
those ladies
the show.
First of all, those ladies would never. First of all,
Renata would never.
Laura the Dern? No. Never.
So
John,
dumb.
have you watched Big Little Lies?
I think I've only seen 1 or 2 episodes.
I don't know a better group of white women. I don't.
Truly. We might have
Wait,
to stand.
isn't one of them black?
Oh,
Zoe
she's
Kravitz.
mixed.
Oh, you're right. Wait, did you say?
But she's also she's mixed, so she's also white.
Yes.
So, as I said, I don't know a better group of white women.
And ooh.
And,
Yes. What else do we got on the docket? I mean,
You want to talk about Game of Thrones?
We will, but fuck Georgia real quick because they're trying to not reinstate. They're trying to take down Roe versus Wade. They have what is the fucking governor is trying to make it so that you cannot abort a baby. Brian Kemp signed a bill, HB 481, which bans abortion after a fetal heartbeat can be detected. In most pregnancies, a baby's heartbeat can be detected around 6 weeks. So that's really fucking short time. Like, some people don't even know they're pregnant until like 6 weeks into the pregnancy. Women still bleed after they get pregnant. Some, like, they still have a little bit of bleeding, so they think they're having their period. Like, this is just really disgusting. And I think they can also even be charged if they go out of state for an abortion. So it's just like, y'all really just like
Men are trash.
just choke. Like, honestly, like, how did we solve this 40 years ago in the 1970s and y'all still trying to rehash this shit? Like, let people have abortions. How about this? How about we snip niggas? How about we start snipping?
That's an idea.
So, how about that? How about we make that a mandated? Every man has to be snipped.
Or how about y'all just mind
Since
your
we
business? How about that?
I mean, we could also do that, but they don't like that. They like to meddle in people's bodies. So let's meddle in men's bodies.
Yeah, that's tea, actually.
Anyway, fuck Georgia.
And Florida.
Okay.
They didn't do anything today, but fuck Florida.
But they will.
They will.
They always do some shit. No, we can talk about, you know what? Let's end it. No, Game of Thrones isn't on a good note, but let's talk about James Charles really quickly.
That's also not a good note. But
It's not. That's why I'm saying let's start with James Charles. The Game of Thrones thing is less bad.
I can
Is
give
it?
a good note. Oh.
is it?
What was you gonna say, John?
Oh, I was gonna say one good thing really quickly. So Gilead just released that they are going to be giving up the patent on their medication Truvada. So if y'all are unfamiliar, Truvada is PrEP, which is pre-exposure prophylaxis, where you take 1 pill 1 a day to prevent contracting HIV. And Gilead is the pharmacy company that has created it. But unfortunately, because they were the only ones who have the patent, they could monopolize on the medication. And they were charging $1,600 a pill.
my God.
If you think about it, is insane. Like, no one can afford that. But, you know, if you have insurance, it's great because you can cover that. But for a lot of folks who don't, which is a lot of people, PrEP isn't that accessible. And which is interesting because when Obama was in office, there was a I forgot what the word is. There was a not mission, but to decrease the number of newly HIV infected folks, and so to bring the rate down. But you know, it was hard to do if people didn't have access to it. But anyways, Gilead released that they are going to release the patent in September of 2020. So hopefully that'll make it more available for other companies to make a generic form, and hopefully it'll be cheaper and more accessible. So that's good.
That is really good. Yes, that's what we need.
I didn't know you
Hopefully
could
that-
patent medicine.
Oh yeah.
Girl, what? It's a whole business.
Wow. Okay.
That's why that's why they fucking charge you out the fucking ass.
I mean, that seems
get
like that
insurance.
should be illegal, but okay.
I mean, you know, a lot of things in America should be illegal, and yet here we are.
That's tea.
Yes. So James Charles, I really never think about this man unless he's being dragged on my Twitter timeline. So first of all, I also forgot how young he is. He's actually only 19.
Whoa!
James Charles, yeah, James Charles is a YouTuber. He's a beauty YouTuber, a beautuber.
No.
No.
Yes,
No.
a beautuber.
No.
I coined it. That's mine.
You can have it.
Run me my check, bitch. He and his fellow vlogger Tati Westbrook, who I've never heard of before this whole thing went down, have got into a feud. Allegedly, he's been doing things over the years, but what broke the straw on the camel's back? Is that how that phrase goes? What broke the camel's back? I don't know.
The straw that broke the top that broke the camel's back.
The camel's back is broken regardless, and the reason it is that way is because he endorsed some like vitamin gummies, some Sugar Bear hair. So the company is called Sugar Bear Hair, and Westbrook has a brand called Halo Beauty. And so these like vitamin gummy things are, you know, they're rivals. And he did a promotion at Coachella for Sugar Bear Hair, which is again the competitor of Westbrook's brand Halo Beauty. This caused the ultimate rift in their relationship, and she exposed him in a 43-minute video on YouTube about the ending of their relationship.
Whoa!
I was not finna watch no 43 minutes about two people that I do not give a fuck about. I didn't even know who she was before this whole thing happened. But allegedly she was a mother figure to him, and really like, which I think is also weird that it ended like this, considering the relationship that they both claim to have with each other. But yeah, she said that, you know, she really like, they both acknowledged that she had cared for him and that they considered each other family. But allegedly over the years, he's been very sexually inappropriate. One thing that has been a constant thorn in a lot of people's side is that he's been flirting heavily with straight men and harassing them past when they have made it clear that they're not interested in him, which is ugly.
Ooh, yikes.
One is a model named Gage Gomez. I don't even know why I'm mentioning his name because I don't know that it really matters specifically about that it's him, but he like called him a con artist. James Charles called Gage Gomez a con artist and said that he was like trying to like manipulate him. He like subtweeted him a lot because they were pictured at Coachella, and then a lot of people speculated that they were together. And then there were like tweets released between the two, and like apparently like Gage was like, "Hey, like I just like you as a friend," and James Charles was like being nasty about it. And like Tati has talked about, which also, can we just talk about the fact that this white woman's name is Tati? I had never in my life. Wow, what a moment. I just never met a white woman named Tati. I think that's so funny. But yeah, Tati said that like she's been at like dinner with her family, and he's like talking about like cock and like getting like.
Excuse me, he was talking about what?
Cock. Like that's how he's like talking like this in front of her parents and stuff. And so I don't know. I found the whole video to be a little like over the top and extra. And it was very clear. Like, so since this video came out, James Charles has lost 3 million YouTube subscribers, and Tati has gained 3 million YouTube subscribers. Yeah. And so I really thought that this, when it comes down to it, it's kind of like weird that this is like the thing that like, I don't know. I find it weird to be like clapping her on the back for this whole situation. But at the same time,
clapping her on the back.
I can't be mad at it. Like they like, yeah, hurrah! Like, you know what I mean? Like she did it.
No,
and I'm just like,
it's just
I don't know.
It's just the phrase clapping on the back. I thought of something else. That's all.
Oh, yeah. I thought it was a lot. And apparently, like a bunch of celebrities have unfollowed him, including such names as Iggy Azalea, Kylie Jenner, Miley Cyrus, Katy Perry, Demi Lovato, Tana Mangu, who I don't know who that is, Shawn Mendes. Jeffree Star has like said that there's a reason that Nathan, who's Jeffree Star's boyfriend, which wow, somebody is dating that man, banned James Charles from ever coming over to our home again. There's a reason why I haven't seen him since Westbrook's birthday in February. He is a danger to society. Everything Tati said is 100% true. The majority of the beauty community, the YouTuber community, yes,
Base.
the majority of the YouTuber community has turned their backs on James Charles. My one takeaway from this that was like, I don't really care about these specific people, and I'm definitely not gonna get up here and like defend James Charles. But I found this fixation on like the fact that the men that he's been pursuing are straight. That makes me uncomfortable because like it shouldn't really matter that they're straight or whatever. Like, and even this Tati Westbrook was making it a big thing in her video where she was like, yeah, like you can't force people to be gay, and like you're just trying to like force yourself on like men that are still developing who they are gonna be. And I just find that whole language to be weird and low-key homophobic. It doesn't really matter why these men aren't interested in James Charles. The fact is that they're not interested in James Charles, and he's being predatory towards them. Whether he's a gay man or is a woman or what have you,
Right.
You know, I'm not going to defend this man. He's been transphobic. He's been racist. Like if you don't remember, he made a comment about getting Ebola when he was visiting South Africa. He claimed that he was not all the way gay because he likes trans men, and you know, he's said a lot of really weird shit, and he's always been a dick, basically. Like, he's been a dick for years. It's how he lost his Coverboy contract. But I find the way that people are talking about this, like the emphasis on the straightness of these men, I find it to be really homophobic and weird. Just say like you don't like predators and go. Right. It doesn't have to be that deep. To me, it's just weird.
Right. Agreed.
I literally couldn't care less. So, I like what, like, are there YouTubers that actually like do things that are like, you know, like what do they influence? What are they doing? You know how I feel about this. So I just don't.
Well, I mean, he actually, but they're doing something. They're creating content for a video, and they're making money off of the work that they're doing. YouTubers do videos like they.
No, I know, but to me, it's just like every time I hear about him doing something, it's always drama. Like it's like where like always, and it's just like the beauty community is known for this, and I just find this whole like, oh, there's drama and I'm gonna make videos about it. Like, in order for those videos to go up, like that's a 40-minute video. Like, you sat there and like edited like that. Like, I don't know, that's just so odd to me. Like, couldn't this have been done with a phone call? Like, why do we need to know about it? Also,
it could have, and the fact that they're like saying that they're family and they're close, and then she does this YouTube video, I find it all to be really like over the top and unnecessary.
And the last straw was doing a video for a competitor about sugar something, yes, and not that part, transphobic racism stuff. But okay, anyway,
that part.
So anyway,
all right. Well, okay.
I'm going
to the discourse.
No, Game of Thrones really quickly.
Oh, my bad.
You got to talk about Drag Race now.
Oh, my bad.
Base.
Go ahead, Ricky.
Oh, do you want me to go?
Yeah.
What the fuck did we just watch? What was that? I'm so done.
I have no idea.
That was quite possibly the worst episode of that show I've ever seen in my life. Like, no, I'm serious. If that's the worst episode of Game of Thrones I probably think I've ever seen. Like,
I'm writing is laughing because it's like parallel to Drag Race. Like, I think both of us just watched really shitty episodes.
Like, but it was the second to last episode, and like, I don't like this Forrest Danny thing that they're doing, trying to make her like, well, now she is a villain. Like, I don't like that they did that. I just felt like it was just like they didn't build up to it enough. I felt like it was rushed. It was forced. How, like, why is Euron still a thing, or why was he still a thing? Why did Jaime survive being stabbed in the stomach? Like, why is Arya surviving every single thing that's happening? Like, don't put these characters in situations where they are going to die if you don't want them to die. Like, there's so many things that they could have done this season that could have been cool and awesome and amazing. And it's like they picked the most underwhelming stuff that they could have picked. It's just like, what's Bran doing? Like, what was he doing the whole time? Like, what's his whole purpose? Was his whole purpose to be bait? Like, we don't know why the Night King really wanted to kill Bran. Like, Bran kind of says, but like, we don't know what that means. We don't like. It's just everything is dumb. Varys is over here talking to Jon, talking about, oh, like, I want you to be the king, but doing it on a beach in public where people can see him. Varys doesn't do stuff like that. He's not that stupid.
Well, also for him to plot to kill Dany, I was just like,
girl, what?
Are you doing?
And tell it to people, and tell it to the hand of the queen.
And tell it to Jon?
Jon?
Girl.
Like,
I could not.
Everything was just dumb. Like, dumb. Everything was dumb. So, like, the fact that Jaime went back to Cersei when his whole character arc is supposed to be him getting over her. So I guess he did like a character circle. And then Tyrion apparently is the dumbest person in Westeros now. So, I mean, it's just, I don't know. It feels odd. Like, it feels weird that people spend so long investing themselves in a show for them to just give, like, it's lazy. Like, it's to the point where people who are like casual viewers don't, like, no, it doesn't make sense. Like, it just doesn't. Like, Cersei's supposed to be pregnant, and you're going to a truce with your brother who's, like, the hand of the queen for the other side, and you say, oh, I want to make a better future for your baby, and the person who you told whose baby it's supposed to be doesn't ask why that person knows that you're pregnant? Like, Euron never asked Cersei, why does Tyrion know that you're pregnant if that's supposed to be my baby? Like, that never happened? Like, okay, anyway. Like, how do y'all shoot a dragon out of the sky from the ocean, and when the dragon is supposed to be above y'all and can see? But then this episode, she destroys the fleet in like 5 seconds. So what's the truth?
I'm just like, I really
Sorry.
don't understand how she... No, but facts. Like, I don't understand how 2 dragons, not 1, but 2 dragons got ambushed. How all these dragons just dying like that. Like, they was just dropping like flies. I was like, bitch, this dragon ain't going to be able to do nothing. And then magically, it can destroy the whole city by itself. No Dothraki needed. Where did the Dothraki come from? Because I thought they died.
You know what's so annoying is literally like, if Dany just listened to Yara and Lady Olenna in the first place at the end of season 6, then she would have won. Because all it really took was 1 dragon, and the city fell in literally like 20 minutes. So imagine she went over there with 3 dragons, and they don't even have the scorpions at that point. That's all she had to do.
And my thing too is like, okay. So there's been like a lot of debate on Twitter about like whether it was believable or not, or whether Dany was leading up to this point or whatever. So here's the thing. I'm fine with her doing... Okay, one of 2 things. So the way that we've seen Dany so far, right? Like, she's definitely been violent. She's definitely unflinchingly burned people alive. Like, there's not a question about that. We know she has it in her to do that.
That's tea.
The thing is, Dany, up into this point, up into this season, and even up into a few episodes ago, has always been about, I need to protect people and release them and save them from these situations, right? Like, when she freed the Unsullied, when she freed the when she took control of the Dothraki, like, her whole thing has been like, I'm here to like stop the oppressors. She even says it in this episode where she's like, I want to stop tyrants, right? Like, her whole arc is that she is violent, but she's violent and she's entitled. She's always been violent. She's always been entitled. That's always been who she is. But the fact that they have her unnecessarily destroying the city, like, I literally was checking my watch. Like, I was like, damn, bitch, like, is she done yet?
Like, for what? Like, remember
like,
when
she was burning that city for the entire episode?
Remember when she crucified all the slavers because they were keeping children as slaves? Remember when she locked her dragons up because they burned a child? And now she's over here burning up. Okay. Like, for
now
what?
Now she's up here burning up millions of babies and children. And then it's just like all this when she could have just started at the castle and burnt Cersei.
Right.
Like, I also didn't believe that. I also didn't buy that she was comfortable with just burning her that way. Like, I think, honestly, the way that would have made more sense to me is if she had flown all the way to the castle. Like, she had her taking out, like, all the weapons and whatever, and then going straight to the castle would have made more sense to me. I also don't feel like... I feel like she would have wanted to see Cersei die.
I agree. And she was over there torching everyone.
Yeah, I don't think she would have been mad. I think she's clearly she's off of it. But like, I think she would have wanted to see, like, especially in that rage and that anger. I think she would have wanted to see Cersei die because for all she know, Cersei went out the back.
Cersei's the one that killed Missandei, so she would have absolutely wanted to go see Cersei die.
She wanted to see that bitch die.
And on top of that, they did shots from outside of like Cersei's window or like Cersei's the Red Keep of like Daenerys like almost flying towards it. So it's just like, what's stopping her from just flying up to Cersei right now? Like, they even showed that she was right there. So why did she have to torch all the people? Not only that, her people are down there too. So she sat there and wanted to torch the Dothraki as well, even though 2 episodes ago she left the plan to kill the Night King because the Dothraki died, and now she's killing them? That don't make sense to me. Like, okay, but work.
It just doesn't make sense. Now, that being said, if you guys wanted to set it up for her being this kind of person, sure, you could have done that, but they didn't. It just didn't make, like, it's like not that they did it. It's not that they have her killing people. It's the way they have her doing it, and it's the way that they led up to it. It just doesn't make sense. Like, she literally 2 episodes ago was fine. No, 2 episodes ago she was, like, being a bitch. But, like, she's kind of been a bitch this whole season. But, like, she was not there yet.
She's been entitled, but never I'm gonna burn everyone. Like, the whole reason that she even lost the dragon and lost the Dorne and all that was because she didn't want to burn people alive. And it's like, to me, it's not like she lost that much in this season to make her want to go crazy. Like, because when the bells were ringing, she was literally like, y'all hear something? Like, and then just started. And I'm just like, well, what made her want to do that? It was just like nothing happened from when the bells first rang to when she started burning the people alive made me think that. So it's like now, like, they literally like ruined the character of Daenerys. Like, for the, like there are so many people that probably got Daenerys and Khaleesi and all that stuff tattooed on them. And like, I feel bad for them. Like, because now she's going to be remembered as like a villain that like burned a city alive. So.
Yeah, I mean, and it's like, I don't put it past her now next season to just be like, okay, Jon, Sansa, Arya, the whole Stark family, all y'all got to die. So
there is no next season. Like,
I mean, next episode.
We only have 1 episode. That's it.
That's what I meant. No, but that's what I meant.
Oh my God. They might kill Sansa. You're right.
I'm like, I fully believe she's going to go ahead and kill her.
If you kill Sansa, I will literally act like I never watched an episode of that show.
It just sucks to see them going out like that. And then the fact that, like, you watch the director's cut at the end of it, and he's, like, referencing when she watched her brother die, her brother who, like, abused and molested her. Okay. Like, not that, I mean, yes, it's weird that she's unflinchingly watching this man die, but, like, come on now. This is Game of Thrones. Everyone's seen somebody die. Everyone gets to the point where they are used to seeing people die.
This whole thing it's odd. Like, I don't like it. It
doesn't make sense.
But these are the people that wanted to do Confederate. So
the way that one nigga died though that took me out.
Oh, Qyburn, that was funny.
Yes, when he just
smashed his head,
snatched him up real quick, like he was acting up in Walmart,
and then
and threw his ass
brains on aisle 4, like. And you just see that was crazy. Also, it was really brutal. Like, they showed people's like bodies like literally be cut in half. I was like, oh,
it was too much. It was too much. And then when Cersei like eased on by the Hound, that was funny.
Took me out.
She was like, Anna. It's like, well, y'all don't need me to be here, right? So I'm just gonna. Y'all mind if I just? Okay,
I'm just gonna go. Thank you.
I'm just gonna leave.
Go.
And all right, y'all have fun now.
Also, you just reminded me because of her. The way Cersei died was annoying too.
Oh yeah.
Cersei has been like, she's slowly become the final villain of the series and a great one. And the way that they took her out was so whack. Like, you could have at least had Jamie find her and then Jamie take off his face and then it's Arya and then Arya slit her throat, or have them get to the boat and then have Jamie take off his face or something, or I don't know, have the Hound kill her, like something. It would have been better than what we got. She literally they just got crushed by rocks. Like,
excuse me. Yeah, Anyway, yeah. So the theme of the season is disappointment. So,
Across the board.
I can't think of
board.
another show I'm more disappointed in. Like, I really can't.
You know what it was too, is because I feel like last season, I said this before, I probably said this like 2 weeks ago or last week. Last season felt good, but not great. So last season, I felt like I was satisfied because all these things were happening. Like Sansa and Arya were meeting with each other, seeing each other for the first time, and all these meetings were happening. But I was also like, there was the Stark family was reunited for the first time, but it didn't feel earned fully. So it felt like I was eating McDonald's, for example. Like, it may have hit the spot, but it just wasn't good for me. It wasn't quality food. But this season, but at least I could say about that season, I enjoyed it.
Right.
Like, it was still enjoyable. I didn't feel like we earned the things that we were getting like we had in the past seasons. In the earlier seasons, when things happened, good things happened, you really felt like you had earned it, right?
Yes.
Because it was like, it felt very realistic. It felt like how things would be if this was the world we lived in. But these last couple of seasons, I mean, this season in particular, it's not only unrealistic. I mean, it's their dragons, so of course it's not realistic. But, like, you know what I mean? Like, it's not. It doesn't have that realism that it used to have, and it's also not satisfying anymore either.
Yeah, it's like not satisfying to the audience. It not only, the thing is, like, you can write anything and honestly make me feel like it would make sense if it's led up to and built up to. It just literally feels like bullet points. Like, it feels like they just shot a bunch of things and just like threw that together in like Microsoft PowerPoint and like made an episode. Like, there's no, like, I don't know. It's sad.
It was just like, yeah. And then, like, they didn't even have, John couldn't even say bye to Ghost, but y'all had all this shit. I was just like, why even have Ghost? Never mind. I'm going into rant about previous episodes. The point is, I will be hate watching next week because I can't not watch. I've watched all these seasons. I've been here for 8 seasons. I might as well finish the last episode. But I'm not looking forward to it, honestly. It sucks because I made, like, Game of Thrones used to be like a night. You know what I mean? Like, it would be like, I'd be like tucked in on a couch, whatever. Like, I'd be somewhere ready and excited to get started and talk about it online. But this season's just been like, oof.
Chile.
Guess what we're doing today? Yeah, we're complaining. That's right, we're complaining.
But guess what? It's not good.
That's me. That's literally me every Sunday now. Anyway, we'll be back with The Duchess. What up, and welcome back to The Duchess.
And speaking of dick, no, I'm kidding.
Ooh, okay.
Ooh.
No, because straight dick, right? Never mind.
No, I'm just joking. I'm just doing that to be annoying. Yeah, so this week we're talking about navigating relationships with straight men, in whatever capacity that is. You guys could just be acquaintances. How do you navigate those interactions?
Can I go first?
Yeah,
go
for it.
I will be simple and clean. I hope that the nerds got that. So, I don't. I don't be around. I'm not around straight men unless I absolutely have to be, and I keep my interactions very, very minimal. I don't do that. I don't like that. I don't like when y'all say bro. I hate when gay people say bro. Like,
I'm gonna start saying bro now.
Oh, just like you started saying the C word.
Cock. What a beautiful word. It just rolls off the tongue.
Doesn't it? Does it?
Yeah. It can roll on the tongue too.
Let's see. Other than that, I think that being around them is not good for my mental health. I don't like it. I don't know how women do it. I honestly, a struggle. That is my quickest discourse ever because I absolutely don't do it. Why? For what? For what? Compromising for a reason. A straight man comes into my life and I have to compromise. Stupid.
John, do you want to go next or shall I?
I think you should go next. I feel like John's gonna have a lot to say.
Ooh, she's going.
Wow!
I'm John Kaggs, and I have a lot to say. What do I have? Oh, what do I have to say? It's interesting. I think it depends on how I'm feeling. I don't go out of my way to have straight male friends, and honestly, I prefer to forget that straight people exist most of the time.
Ooh, what a word!
But so at my job, I've been meeting a lot of my coworkers are straight men, and they have been very different than what I was used to. The majority of them are not hyper masculine, and even if they are like pretty like bro-y, they're still like, I have like a bunch of like Drake stan coworkers who I like drag constantly because they're very much like that, like hype beat. Because I work, let me not say where I work, but they're very they're very fashiony, hype beast, Drake, Drake stands, like Yeezy wearing, like a lot of them wear like the Converse with the heart on it, like that type. And
Comme des Garçons shoes.
Yeah, is that what those are? Comme des Garçons? I'm so sick of seeing those damn things. I swear to God.
Yeah.
Every damn day. And they think they stylish. Straight men like will put on like some Chelsea boots and like a tan coat, and don't let them get a white brim hat. Don't let them get a white brim hat. They're gonna be acting up like they city girls.
What is it called?
I just love that you belittled that whole collaboration. Oh, sorry.
What is it called when you shop at Ross?
I don't know. What is that?
A Maxinista. No, I don't know.
No, that's TJ Maxx.
I know,
that's shade.
Actually, there's be some cute stuff at TJ Maxx and Ross if you're being real.
Right. Yeah, exactly.
Pieces. You find pieces.
But not looks.
You don't find a look. You're not going to find a look at Ross. Well, some people might. That's not for me to say. I don't judge.
Right.
Sorry. You keep going.
No. I love all people, and I love all shoppers.
I just love that I love that you said, Baze. You're like, that shoe with the heart on it?
Because I'm so sick of, I don't even know what it was, but it's like every straight nigga in New York City, especially in Lower Manhattan, is running around. You know what? Especially in Soho. Don't let a man be having to go to Soho, even if he have to just run through it real quick. Those Comme des Garçons shoes are every fucking wear. They're the straight man's striped t-shirt, striped button-up shirt.
Wait, Comme des Garçons.
At least in New York, I can't speak about it anywhere else, but in New York,
no, a lot of I've seen a lot of gays wear it too, but it's a very
oh my god, white teenage girls love these shoes,
but they're like not. I don't know. They're kind of expensive for basic chucks.
These are literally, oh my god, my art studio's in Boyle Heights. I just moved there. How much is your rent shoes? That's exactly what these look like.
I work so hard to live in New York City, but my parents pay my $2,000 a month rent for my studio. Yeah.
Wow.
Anyway, the point is, we're talking about straight men. And so I definitely feel like they have kind of changed my mind, and my coworkers have like really kind of opened my mind to accepting the straights, because they're very like hyper masculine. Like I'll talk about like shit to them, and I will address their misogyny. Like I will call it out, like and it just doesn't feel the way that it has always felt for me interacting with straight men, because I've always felt like I had to put on to interact with them. But what I'm noticing too is that like, as I've become more confident and comfortable around certain straight men, the less like I feel like the more at ease they are. I feel like almost like, honestly, when you're scared of straight men, they're scared of you. It like scares them.
It's like a dog.
It is. It's like ooh and a ooh
and a ooh and a woof.
He's stupid.
And a woof.
No.
He took himself out with that one.
No.
Anyway. Yeah, I feel like that's a huge part of it too. Like I feel like when I'm like super like anxious and like when I'm that person, I become really reserved and quiet. And then that I get that same energy back from them. But then when I'm just like, oh hey girl, what's up? I dead will call my coworkers girls and dare them to say anything about it. And it's cute and it's fine.
Yeah.
You know? I'd be like, ooh sis, no. Like my coworker, so one of my coworkers comes up to me for advice, like fashion advice. He's like, yeah, like, what do you think of these? Like, he be showing me his hype beast shoes that he want to get. I mean, he's like, what do you think of these? I'm just like, sis, no, that's not it. Ain't no girl gonna want you with those on. So I don't know. I find that I'm navigating those relationships in a much easier now. Obviously, I also live in a city where like that's much easier to do. As far as like dating, I mean, and we talked about the James Charles situation. I've always been afraid of being considered predatory, so I would never even like there are even a couple guys that I know, straight guys that I'm sure are curious about me, but I'm not going there.
Come on. I like
But
that.
what we not gonna do is go there. For what? Why would I do that when there are some out and open gay men
Right.
who want me as well? Why would I waste my time going through the drama that will bring into my life when I could just have? I mean, gays are drama too, but like it's less drama. It's a different kind of drama. So I would never like pursue that, and I think I would be afraid of. I think my always in the back of my mind is like being a predator, because obviously like that's kind of what's been put on us, and also what bothered me about the way that people talked about the whole James Charles situation. And so like I think that always keeps me from like ever being someone who would make a move on like a straight guy. If a guy comes to me and is like, hey, like I'm curious, I want to have this experience, and he's attracted to me and I'm attracted to him, then that's a different story. But like as far as like doing this like ring around the rosy type shit, like I'm not about it at all.
Because they don't wash their ass.
I mean that also, I just the emotional stuff. You know what? Worse than that, they will kill you.
That
And
too.
then in court say that you seduced them and tried to trick them. So
Ooh.
no, thank you. No,
So
thank you. I'm
scary.
okay. Yeah, it really is. I like straight men do that shit all the time. Try to like, and that's what kind of concerns me here too. Is like I joke a lot about trade, and there is a lot of it, but it's just like no, thank you, girl. Because if we get caught, I don't want you to react to kill me.
Oh.
So anyway, John.
Navigating relationships with straight men. I don't know where to start.
I'm like, should we strap in?
Okay, well, first I'll start off with the straight men that are like already in my life, like my brother and like my friends growing up in high school. I think they're, I guess, an exception because they've known me for a while, and they're great. You know, they're great allies or supporters. I can say that. I know that my brother, in a lot of cases, has like, I've actually seen him when someone says like that's gay, like he'd be like, hey, he would use his privilege and like, hey, you shouldn't say that, or like my brother's gay or whatever, and he's just like, I don't like it when you say that, and he's very like curious about culture and like what's appropriate, what's not. Like he actually asked me the other day, like, you know, when is it okay to ask someone's pronouns? And I was like, anytime. But like, I think it's really cute that he is making the effort. But straight men in general, I think it's, as far as if I want to be around that space, it's just hard for me to discern that, because there has to be something that to bring it up to make sure I want to be around them at all. Like,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? Like something has to come up. They'll have to make some sort of comment or whatever, specifically about queer culture, that if they do, then I will know. But like, I don't bring it up all the time. You know, even though I am like a walking pride parade, sometimes I don't know, like, just because you're okay with me, I don't know if that means you're okay to be around in general. You know what I mean? Like, if you're okay with me, I don't know if that means you're okay like to the rest of the community. And you know, all my friends are queer, so I think, yeah, like a litmus test would just be like, are you saying something either misogynistic or homophobic, then if you are, then I'm probably not going to be around you. And that's a lot of straight men. But I feel that sometimes there are some people that are exceptional, and not to give them a pat on the back, because you shouldn't be given that pat on the back for being a decent human being. That should just be normal. Mm-hmm. But there's some people I think that when you give them, like, I actually came out to my manager today. He's a straight male at work, at my job that I work at.
Congratulations for doing that.
Yeah, he was. I don't know. It got really awkward because I was in his office and he asked me like what the difference between sexual orientation and gender identity was, and I was like, really? You don't know the difference? And like, but I try not to judge him for it because, he's not a queer person, and like something he doesn't think about all the time. So I explained it to him, and then it got to the topic of pronouns, and he was like, well, and this is my version of a straight man's voice. He was like, well, you identify as like a guy, right? Like you're a him, right? And I was like, not really. And he like he did the whole like white lady meme, like doing the math in his head. And it was like very confused. And I was like, yeah, well, I actually really like she and her. And it kind of validates me as someone who's not on the binary. And like that language, he was like, what's binary? And I was like, oh God. Like, so
you're like,
but I mean, it was great that like, I mean, maybe it's because he's my boss and like it could be an HR issue, but I like the way that he was very open to my pronouns and how I identify. And so I think if I don't want to dismiss every straight person I come across, every straight guy I come across,
I do. But, good job, John.
But like sometimes, even other queer people, they don't know a lot of the language. Like I didn't know a lot of the language. So sometimes it just takes a moment of education. As far as being sexual and dating straight guys, I don't want to pull a James Charles. Like if anyone is not interested, that's a general rule. Like don't pursue.
I'm dead. Is it going to be called doing a James Charles now?
Yes. But I know that there's this like, and I'm not sure if you guys, I think we've talked about this at one point, but there's guys out there who don't identify as gay or bisexual or on the spectrum at all, but they are men who have sex with men. Mm-hmm. Does that make sense?
Wait, so, say that again?
So there's some guys out there who don't identify as homosexual or bi or pansexual at all, but they will have sex with other men and not consider themselves any of those things. They would still consider themselves straight. And I know like that's very confusing for a lot of people. And that was actually an issue at my last job where they would, because, on our intake sheets, patients would have to check off like homosexual, heterosexual, bisexual, whatever, and then there was a box for men who have sex with men, and like that was confusing to a lot of people. But there's a lot of people out there, like I guess in the DL umbrella, like they don't consider themselves gay at all, but they just like happen to fuck guys. So, and I've had experiences with some of those men, and like after we like had done having sex, I'm like, so what's the deal? Like, this guy has a girlfriend, all this stuff. He's like, well, we just have this unspoken agreement that I get to like do stuff on the side. And I'm just like, okay, but are you gay or bi? He's like, no, I don't like any of those words. And I was like, okay. And like, I didn't push it any further, because that's how you identify. But I know that there's men out there that are identify that way and they function that way. So who am I to deny them of myself? I'm just kidding. But who am I to like judge that? I'm not going to deny you. I'm not going to deny you me. And I'm also not going to deny myself some dick. So
yeah, I mean, I think that's a different thing though, because they're like actually actively pursuing you for that.
Right. But they don't. I don't know. It confuses me too sometimes, but they don't consider themselves gay or bi. But they would say things like during that they're just like, you called me hot. I don't know.
I mean, well, they're fucking you, so that kind of I think that's a bigger thing than they're calling you hot. He's like, oh, I don't know. You called me hot while you were fucking me. I think them fucking you is the bigger thing. I guess. What? Go ahead.
I feel like a lot of that, honestly, just comes from internalized homophobia, honestly. But, like, I do think that there are people that, sure, like, if that's how they identify. But I find that a lot of times straight guys say that because they're like, oh, I don't want to. Like, I did stuff like that, too, where I was like, well, no, I don't want to do this because I still like women or whatever. And it's like, okay, girl. Like, sometimes. But I understand that there are people that are probably legitimately feel like that. So that's fine.
I think
that's
sexuality is just so complicated.
Like it doesn't matter. It's a spectrum.
Yeah, I feel like sexuality is just like so complicated, and you have, I think that there's so many different degrees to bisexuality too. When you think about it,
Right.
Again, nobody's like 100. I mean, most people are not going to be. I'm 50% attracted to women, 50% attracted to men. It's like, it could be I'm 10% attracted to men, and like. You know what I mean? But like, or maybe they're open, or maybe like he's just not ready to accept that part of him. Like, there's just so many possibilities. And as long as y'all are not trying to be in a relationship and y'all are just fucking, like,
right. And that's what I remind myself too. Like, I think the whole chasing after straight men was a very like adolescent thing that a lot of like younger gays and queers go through, because like it's sort of that like fantasy, But then I think as you get older, you realize there's so much work and it gets exhausting. And then the more that no shade, but the more that you love yourself and more accepting of yourself, you're not going to want to be with someone who is like straight on the DL, because it's too much juggling for you. And like, as we all have enough drama as it is, like, why coddle someone who's not in the same stage as we are? I mean, that's how it was for me. I used to be that person who was like, yeah, straight guys or whatever. And like, it'd be sort of like that mentality of a challenge, or that mentality that it would be fun. And I guess it could be, but that's as far as it goes. Like, it's not going to be sustainable. There's nothing substantial that comes out of it. And that's what I've like noticed with my relationship with straight men. And a lot of straight men also, like, when they find out that we're queer, I don't know how you guys experience this, but like, they get, sometimes there's two reactions. There's either like the really like they're not going to talk to you anymore, or some of them get like a little cocky sometimes. Have you guys experienced that? They're like, so do you think I'm hot? Like, do you think I'm cute?
Yeah, I don't like that.
And I'm just like, what? Like, I get that you're trying to be my friend right now, but like,
it's
I'm
like,
not gonna.
First of all, yes, but second of all, mind your business.
No, there's a lot of straight. You know what? My friend used to work at this theme park, and there was this guy. She would always tell me about her. Like, back when I had no life, I would just listen to her tell me about her life all the time. And she had these two coworkers, and one of them was gay, and one of them was this really cute straight guy. And the straight guy would never commit to like actually doing anything with the gay guy, but he would flirt with him because he enjoyed the attention that the gay guy was giving him. And like, that's what I think about. I think about that too when I go to like gay clubs and like I see the go-go boys, and I'm like, 90% of them are straight. And I'm just like,
right?
a lot of y'all like get off on the attention, and you get off on like the validation that gay men give you. And I'm just like, bitch, go find that somewhere else. Like, I'm looking for validation my own damn self, bitch.
Yeah, and that's a whole nother world. Like, now that you mention it, like the gay guy or the straight guys that are go-go dancing, or like the straight guys that do gay porn, like, I don't understand it, and I don't have the energy to do like the mental Olympics for it.
Cody Cummings,
like, right, like, you're straight, what?
Like, what are you?
Whatever, dude. Whatever. I'm not gonna like knock your hustle. But I'm also not gonna give you the attention, or the money. But yeah. So that is my relationship with straight men. And
ooh, what do the white people say? What a doozy.
What a doozy.
What a doozy.
I'm gonna
start talking like I'm Renata. So I'm just gonna
I don't even remember what she said. I can't wait though. Meryl Streep's supposed to be in the season.
I can't wait.
I'm so excited. There's a nigga. I saw a nigga teacher.
I blinched it. I binged it. I was like, wait, what's the word? I was like, I binged it all like in 12 hours. And like I started watching it, I think like 2 days ago at like 8 o'clock or like 6 o'clock, and then I watched it until I think 11, then went to sleep and then woke up at 7 and finished it. And I want more. Say crack again. Crack. That's what I want.
I can't wait. Like, honestly, when like Reese Witherspoon got into that argument with her husband and then ran outside of her house to the beach, and when Renata, aka Laura the Dern, got argue with her husband, like, and the sun is setting on the cliff, they got a pool and they're on the deck or whatever, and they're off the cliff and the sun is setting, and I'm just like, that's the kind of life that I want for myself. I just want to be a wine drinking white woman with blonde highlights, chilling on my deck.
Also, Miss Nicole Kidney, she acted her ass off.
Did you call her Kidney?
I sure did. Nicole Kidney.
I hate
her and her bangs. Okay.
She's like beautiful. Like she's like,
she is.
I was looking at her like, wait a minute, girl. Like, okay, go off. Like when she was in the Audrey Hepburn dress, we had to stand. Is she problematic?
No, I don't think so. I mean, she's Australian, but
wait. I'm seeing what
no
you're doing.
Shade.
That's.
So first of all, one of my best friends. No, I'm just kidding. But one of my friends is Australian and he's white. So don't come for me.
I see what you're doing here, and I'm not gonna fall into your trap.
A defender.
Listen. But no, I don't think she's done anything problematic. I mean, she was married to Tom Cruise, but that's as close as I can think of her getting to anything problematic.
Is that problematic though, or is that just a mistake?
Both.
¿Por qué no las dos?
True.
Anyway, so do we want to do a question or should we?
It's up to you, sister. You got, as James Charles would say, sister.
Don't ever
stop. Don't.
Hey, sisters.
What does Cersei say? If you ever call me sister again, If you ever call me sister again, I'll have you strangled in your sleep. Is that what
okay, sister?
I hate
wow.
that he's like doing that.
So, okay.
No, wait, but it's up to you because you're the one that had to go.
We can do one real quick.
Okay. I'm so mad because we did our honey roast and then
when you dissociate mid sentence.
Sorry, no, we got like a somebody. Like, sometimes people will be email. Sorry, I won't put that out there. Anyway, hey trash bags. First of all, I just want to say how much I appreciate the podcast. You all hold a special place in my heart. Ooh, my heart.
Girl, if you want to put myself in your cart, you can do that too.
I'm a 23-year-old gay black boy from the UK trying to get my second degree while navigating. Oh, your second degree? Come on.
Your second degree in the UK.
He said.
All
a
right.
bachelor's. We going for a master's. I just wanted to ask you how y'all deal with dating while living at home with family, because I'm partially out to most immediate family, but I'm not really comfortable talking about dating with them. Not that they're in any way homophobic. I always end up lying about where I'm going if I'm on a date, and I just want to know about your experiences of dating while living with family. Also, how would you recommend finding queer friends, as I have none and it can feel a little isolating? Lots of love, and I won't say their name.
Those are two not quick questions.
Yeah, I mean, I think both of those are like, well, I'll go really quickly because I only really dated Mark, and then I just kind of moved in with him. But I basically just lied to my mom the whole time. I literally lied, like literally I think a year into our relationship. I was living with this man for like a year, and I was like, yeah, me and my roommate, we're just doing it.
Me and my friend.
My roommate.
You
did not say roommate.
I sure did. I was like doing like throwing the peace signs up, like,
me and roomie.
Fishy lips. Me and roomie. No, but I mean, I was doing that. Like, I was just like, this is my roommate, haha. And then I finally was just like, listen, sis, I mean, you know what it was? My aunt found my Instagram because one of my nosy ass cousins was on my page, and
it's always a cousin.
Her. And then my
be your
mom
own
was like,
niggas.
you should have the conversation with your mom because I don't want her to find out any other way. And I was just like, okay, girl. So then
I'm gonna like.
It's like she won't if you shut your mouth,
right? I was like, or you could just not, but I guess that's not an option. I guess keeping your mouth shut was just not. She said, you can A, tell her, or B, let me do it. She says, C, shutting my mouth won't be an option. Yeah, so I basically, it took that for me to like just come out to my mom and then be like, oh, by the way, I got a man. So I don't know if you want to do that. I mean, if you're out to most of your immediate family, I don't know. But Rakeem, you probably have. Well, John, you might have some things to say about this as well. I don't know. Whichever one of you guys wants to go.
Rakeem first.
Okay. Well, I mean, it's not. Honestly, it hasn't really been an issue for me. Like, my family knows who I'm dating, and his family knows that I'm dating him. So we've like met each other's family, and it's pretty good. I mean, I don't think that like my immediate family ever really had issues. So I was lucky enough that I didn't have like that problem. It was just other family that I thought had issues, and I just don't talk to them, because who has the time? Like, life is short. So my advice to you would be to, if you feel you're in a situation where you can't do that, then maybe try to like be more discreet about things, just for like if you feel like you're gonna get kicked out or something like that. And make, what do they call them now? Finstas? Is that what it is? Like the fake Instagram? I literally thought that was the app that puts the music on things still. But anyway, make one of those maybe if you want to post things or whatever. If you don't want family to see it. Because 9 times out of 10, the people you don't want to see it are not technologically savvy and just need other people to show them things. So like, but I think if you can just communicate and just be like, this is who I'm seeing, this is who I like to see. And, hopefully you're in a situation where people are able to accept that. And if not, and you feel like you're not able to, then maybe keep it more low key until you feel like you're in a place where you can, because living with family, unfortunately, you don't have the option to do whatever you want to do.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I was just going to add on to that. Like, since you are living with family, that doesn't give a whole lot of room to just be like, I'm going to do what I want. Well, don't do.
Now I do what I want. Now I do what I want. Sorry,
I don't know what that is.
that's Lil Uzi.
Oh,
Okay.
Again, my relationship with straight men isn't going. I'm just kidding. No, yeah, like don't do. Basically, I guess just like find out the ground rules. Like, if they don't want someone to come over and spend the night, then don't do that. But if they're cool with meeting your partner, then yeah, just stick within the boundaries is what I'm saying. And then maybe slowly bring them around gradually, and hopefully the type of boundaries that you currently have will start to expand the more they like the person, because that's usually what tends to happen sometimes. But yeah, don't get kicked out. That's all I have to say.
Is that all?
That's all.
No, well, they said, how would you recommend finding queer friends? As I have none. I really couldn't tell you outside of like, if you're in London, I could probably like maybe make some recs. But if you're not in London, I really.
Did this person say how old they are?
They said 23.
Oh. Well, I guess the default would be like a queer scene. That is.
Tell me where you live, and then I'll reach out, because I do have some friends in the UK. And actually, now that I'm thinking about it, a lot of my London friends are not from London, so they might have like some resources on like where you can meet up with people. So just email us back, and I won't tell anyone where you live. Just tell us what city you live in.
I don't know if this is shallow, but maybe if you use apps, if you want friends, maybe just talk to people you're not attracted to.
No, that's not even that, because it's just like, no, that has nothing to do with anything. If people like,
oh, sorry, go.
Well, no, I just don't think that like means anything. I think that people are still gonna want to fuck. If it's hard to navigate that on apps, people want to fuck you, they're gonna want to fuck you regardless of what they look like.
That's tea. I don't know. Honestly, I'm not a good person to ask this, because I have very few friends. So
I like Instagram. I like Instagram a lot, because that has really like been a great resource for me meeting people. Like I only know John because of Instagram, and Rakeem because of Tumblr. So
what's that?
Ooh. But yeah, I don't know. I find that Instagram, a lot of people are like, I find Twitter even too. I'm not really made any connections on Twitter. But I find that Instagram has been like a great way. It's just like you guys follow each other and then you're just like, hey, like, oh my God, you comment on each other's stories. And like, I feel like that's a great way of like kind of bringing people into your life is posting on stories. And then you guys are, next thing you know, you're talking about things that you guys share interests in. And then, you know, next thing you know, you're like, oh, hey sis, like, let's grab dinner. Let's grab a drink or something. That's literally how I've been doing it.
That's a good suggestion. Yeah, social media, I mean, you're sort of in the safety of behind a screen, so not a whole lot of repercussions.
Yeah, and if you meet in a public space, you know, you don't really have to commit to anything. You can always leave.
Well, thank you, listener, for writing in.
Ooh, not this accent. What is this?
Is that
I was like, this sounded like Rosie Perez trying to do a British accent.
I was being Adele.
Oh, okay.
Is that?
They said, "Oh."
That any more announcement? Oh, okay. Let me not. Is there? Are there any announcements this week?
I'm gonna be in LA the weekend after next, so beware.
I'm ready. I've been training.
Ooh, see, John, you're just excited to have me, so you can wrap me in your arms and we can hug. And
I'm gonna do that too. I'm gonna wrap you in my arms too.
Yeah, beat me up.
And what about it?
See, and this is why Black people can't get along. This is why my friends have been dragging me, because the other day I posted a story and I was hanging out with a bunch of white people, and I was like, you know what? This is why I'm hanging out with white people now, because the Blacks don't appreciate me. The Blacks are always trying to shade me and tear me down and fight me. So I'm gonna hang out with the whites now. White is right.
Wow. Okay.
And with that, we are...
Whoa. Okay, so that's going to conclude this episode of Podcast of Color. You can find us everywhere on Podcast of Color and Twitter at Trash of Color. Send us your honey roast emails, white is right emails.
No,
send us your white is right stories to podcastofcolor@gmail.com. And wow. With that, we will see y'all next week.
Renee Bays.